This is Tammy Basque, and you are listening to Life Coach Life, the podcast, episode number 17. Hey, how are you on this gorgeous fall day? Listen, before we get into today's topic, I want to tell you I have a fantastic book club and workshop that starts next week. The link to register and join is in the email that you received today with this podcast. If you are listening to this and are not a regular email subscriber, I suggest you get on my list. So send me your email. I promise not to sell or spam your inbox ever. The workshop is based on the new book by Mel Robbins called The High Five Habit. And you want to start reading that right now or listen to the audio version in time to work with me. We are doing 5 chapters at a time, and that's each week for 3 weeks, along with worksheets and live Zoom coaching. These are the kind of offers you want to jump in on and tell your friends that need some coaching but aren't yet prepared to dive into one-on-one yet. You join, they join, and we all have a great experience together, bringing the book and exercises to life with a professional, certified life coach. That's me. It's a win-win. So join in. Okay, so today's topic is about following our true north, our personal navigation system, our GPS. A few days ago, I mentioned on Facebook that I would be taking a pause from posting for a while. I wasn't connecting anymore. I felt like I was just putting creativity out there and thoughts out into the newsfeed and not really getting anything of real substance back. Have you ever felt like that? Not only with social media, but maybe with a person in your life or your job, or perhaps there's an imbalance like this happening right now in your marriage or family life. You can feel it, right? You can also ignore it, which as a life coach, I don't recommend that, because this is the juice. This feeling of non-reciprocity is talking to you, and it's one of your biggest clues to tap into. The other thing as a life coach and business owner is that, remember that old saying, doing something over and over again and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. And I can totally relate to that from a business sense here. I really don't get a lot of business from my Facebook posts. They're just like little pretty pieces of icing, little tidbits of thought or joy and beauty that I place in a news feed in a world that can be horribly condemning. The news is awful, depressing, divisive, and ugly, right? So posting and creating podcasts and generating email is important for a business, but it needs to be judged every now and then. Needs to be rethought, recalibrated, just like relationships, careers, friendships, and marriages. I was listening to my life coach teacher, Martha Beck, yesterday, and she was talking about tapping into your authentic self and your intuition. And she said the best way to do this is for you to review your days and find the threads of sweetness in them. So for me, today it was seeing my little Cookie, my little dog. She was nestling on my mom's lap this morning, and Mom's been really struggling with her dementia lately, so it was definitely a sweet spot for both of us. I also had complete free-flowing traffic today driving home. To me, that is sweet. The 90-mile trip was like I was on wings, and it was effortless. Being back in my home office, and creating coaching packages and thoughts and writing things down for all my clients and things to remember to send them. That's all really sweet for me. That's very connecting for me. So what are your threads of sweetness? And if you're not sure about something in your life, I want you to start really simple and ask yourself the question, whatever that question is, and check your heart, which Martha Beck says is the biggest decision maker of your entire system, your heart. Does it feel like sweetness? When you ask the question, does your gut feel calm? And most importantly, ask yourself, do I feel more free or less free when I think of this? So simple questions you start with. Do I want to sit in my kitchen or somewhere else with this fresh cup of coffee this morning? Do I want chicken parm for dinner? Do I want to go out with my friends tonight? What weekend destination will fill my sweet spot next month? Answer the question, then check your heart, check your gut, and ask yourself, does it feel free or less free? Think of what's pulling you towards it. What is catching your spirit right now? Now, you may answer the question and you may say, I feel free, but you still might have some jitters about it. It might even be painful or terrorizing to think of doing it, but it's also freeing at the same time. So an example for me was going back to college. I could not let it go. I couldn't let going back to college go. Was it painful? Yep. Did it frighten me at first? Absolutely. But now, after all these years, I have my degree. I never think of it again, and I feel free. So what's your sweet thread? I want you to tug at it this week. Share it with me. It's there to guide you. If you or someone you care about needs coaching, give me a call, send me a text. Email is always an option at tbasquet@gmail.com. Let's work together to find your sweet spots and move you forward in the right direction this time. Hey, that's it for today. Thanks for listening. Join the book club, and remember, your mind always matters. See you next week.